In this video, we've got the founders of Profit Path coming in to show you how you can really up your sourcing game for your Amazon business. We've been using this for months now, and we are 60% above where we were last year, and that is massively due to this piece of software. There's about 12 or more different tools in one and different strategies you can use in your Amazon business. Plus, you get another free bit of software that's included with this as well. Check out the link down below because you get 28-day free trial instead of your usual 14. You've got to check it out. Leave some comments down below as well. And let's get into this video.
So I just want to say, thanks very much for coming along, everyone, and especially Luca and Leon as well. So really appreciate you coming along and spending a bit of time to talk to us about Profit Path. And I just want to ask a couple of questions first, really, guys. Like, why did you start this bit of software? Like, what was the reason? What was the need?
So basically, what the need is I think it's better explained where we are coming from. So, Luca, for example, and also me are basically coming from the sneaker reselling place. So basically, back in the days, or it's still also occasionally happening nowadays, everyone wanted to have hyped sneakers. So that started with the Jordan's hype and the Yeezy hype around Kanye West back then. And Luca back then provided so-called cook group. And in this cook group, you could get information where you could get all those hyped sneakers in the end. And in his community, we basically met. I was one of his best customers, and he also provided them bots and all that good stuff to basically check out those sneakers as fast as possible. So he was in the software space way before me, and also in the community building space before me. And then after COVID, or shortly after COVID, after the hype from sneakers went a bit down, we basically thought about, okay, now we build a community that is built around reselling. So basically started out in, okay, I just want to have a sneaker for myself, and then it ended in reselling. How could we keep up that hype? And then we basically stumbled upon online arbitrage and saw there is no good opportunity for European sellers. And then basically I wanted a solution for myself because I was a seller and Luca was the software guy in the end with his team. And that's where the idea basically came from. I just wanted a solution for myself, and Luca was the provider in the end with his team. And then really started to building a Profit Path from there on. And that was, 2.5 years ago. Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, Luca can add anything if he wants to.
Yeah, we had different solutions in mind. We had some kind of extension solution when we basically started. So our main idea was to actually go over specific sites with an extension, and the extension directly shows you is the product profitable or not. And then basically Leon came, and we could do something like an Excel sheet with all the scrape data. And that's basically how all the ideas came together. And now, 2.5 years later, we built Profit Path and Profit Go. And yeah, we're pretty happy about that.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, I've been using it since, I've been selling 10 years now. And so I'm always, we've got a team, there's 10 of us at the moment, and we sell all across Europe. And, I've tried other softwares in the past. And honestly, Luca, you contacted me, right, on TikTok.
Yeah.
And honestly, I get a lot of people, not crazy amounts, but I get people contacting me, try my thing, it's the best thing. And I'm like, okay, good, yeah, okay, all right, I'll get around to it, And I tried it out, obviously the busiest time of the year in Q4. And when I tried it and started playing around with it, and then you showed me some of the things that it could do, I was like, okay, yeah, you got me. So, yeah, you're going to like this, guys. I'm going to let you guys take over.
Yeah, for sure.
Go for it.
So, yeah, first of all, we should maybe talk about who am I and who Leon is. We are both the co-founders of Profit Path. We basically started off 2.5 years as an online arbitrage software. We basically just started as a automation that we collect all the data from all the sites and then compare it over to Amazon. So, for example, Argos and all the stores, we basically scan them, have all the product data inside of our software, and then we compare it to Amazon, and then we check, okay, is there like a profitable opportunity? And in our basically main software, you could actually just go through and filter for specific KPIs such as profit, margin, sales, and then you would get specific results. And over the past 2.5 years, we did so much development in terms of monitoring competitors, having A2A search, as you might know from Ricky. Then we basically also released the price alerts, aka Deal Watch theme. So yeah, our software got really, really big in the past 2.5 years, and today we basically want to speak about all the modules. All modules are really, really big, and we need your attention to actually understand everything. And yeah, so that's basically where we are right now. Today we're going over Profit Path and also about Profit Go, because you guys know Seller Amp, Buybot Pro, it's basically all extension. We had a lot of troubles with those named competitors in the past because we have the user data over here. So we get a lot of users that complaining about that the profit is not accurate in the extension itself. So what we basically thought is, okay, we want to build our own extension. So there we go. We basically have Profit Path, the sourcing side, and then we have Profit Go, the analyzing side. And today, Leon, my co-founder, my partner, will run you over the best practices, how to actually use and utilize Profit Path for yourself. So yeah, and if you have any questions, then you can obviously ask them, make some notes, and we are here right now to solve them all.
Yeah, just put a message in the chat if anyone wants to put a message in the chat, a question, and yeah, we'll get them all answered for you.
Yes, for sure. So if there are any questions, Ricky or Luca, you can just basically read them for me, and then I will answer them, because I will probably be in my flow and I might miss them, but you can always ask me questions, and then I will also answer them when it's really needed. Yeah. So basically, this is our dashboard. It's currently not too fancy, but it gives you a brief overview of what is currently happening inside Amazon, for example, your Amazon revenue, your favorite products. So basically, those are the products you maybe already purchased in the past or want to purchase in the future. Your tracked inventory, because we also have an inventory tab that is currently also completely getting reworked, so be hyped for that as well. And your wholesale scans, all the wholesale scans you basically did in the past. This is just your revenue performance on Amazon. This is just our demo account, so don't be confused by why it looks so crazy. And this is our to-do list. So basically, the most important tasks are noted here. Here, for example, add X amount of storefronts you also want to stock. I still have some open on this account. And also set up your Discord alerts to receive the hottest A2A picks at the end. Here you can select an goal you want to achieve inside Profit Path, because every tracked purchase you have will get noted here. So for example, if you want to have a certain goal you want to hit, and I think this is the most important part we have an online arbitrage, is to buy enough stuff to keep up with the old month and the new month, for example. And yeah, that's basically with our dashboard. It's super basic currently, and yeah, we'll probably have some new features in the future. And the first things I will show you guys is the multi-search, the supplier search, and the reverse search. Those three are basically our mostly manual sourcing methods, and then we will come to the more automated sourcing methods, and I will also show you why I frame them as more automated, and this will be the A2A search, the SPY search, and also the Deal Watch. But let's just start with the supplier search. So supplier search is nothing else, as Luca already explained. So what we are doing here is we are basically collecting data. I will select the UK store maybe as well. And we will just collect data from the most desired stores from every European region in the end, and then compare this data to the Amazon data. And then basically show you guys at a glance, if there are profitable items in the store, you can basically buy right now. And this data usually gets updated like 2 to sometimes also 4, 5, 6 times a day. Depends on how demanded the store in the end is. And here you basically have your manual search. So here in the store Alsa, it's like one of the most demanded stores in Germany, for example. Basically, they're also doing B2B, by the way, so could also be an interesting thing for all of you guys, to be honest. And this is basically, how it looks, how we basically compare the data here to Amazon. Here you have like some actions. I won't go over all of them since it will just be overwhelming. Here you basically just have the supplier image, the Amazon image, as you probably know it out of many other Amazon softwares. Here basically
You're muted.
how long was I muted?
Like 10 seconds.
10 seconds, okay, perfect. So I just went over the table basically. So those are basically just our actions real quick. I won't bother you with them since they will just overwhelm you. Here you just get the supplier image, the Amazon image, the keyword charts with all the good stuff, the brand's supplier price, and also like the current price and also the 30-day price from Amazon. So those are basically the Amazon prices. Those are the supplier prices. Here you will get the profit, the estimated sales, which are super important usually since it's the best demand indicator you have. And most software still only have the sales rank. Yeah. And which is like I would say the biggest USP that ProfitPath currently has is that we basically have all the supplier data inside. So what most softwares are doing, they're selecting a bunch of ASINs out of every store and only updating them. And that's obviously to save resources. What that does is you will probably find good leads a bit faster, but you will miss out on a lot of leads. So you will find a lot more leads inside of ProfitPath, but at the start you will maybe find some items that are maybe mismatches, IP product, etc. pp. But the good thing about ProfitPath is you can modify everything, which is kind of overwhelming at the start, but that's really the thing we put first. So basically showing all the data there is, and then let you modify how you want to have it. So for example, if there's like an IP brand or whatever, you can just blacklist this brand and you will never see it in any of our other modules, for example, or blacklist an ASIN and you won't see it in every of our other modules, for example. So this is basically how ProfitPath works. You can modify everything. Here on top, you basically just see all the filters, which are, I don't know, I don't really need to explain my things since they are kind of self-explanatory. For example, the sales that are just filtered, the profit is just a 30-day profit, the margin offers, and also category I filtered out. And I also want to see in-stock items. We also showed it in ProfitPath. Obviously, this in-stock indicator is only accurate for the time when the product basically got scraped. Here on the bottom, you can see when the product got scraped the last time. So 6 hours ago for this product. So 6 hours ago, this product was in stock, for example.
Can I just interrupt you, Leon, a second?
Yes, sure.
Right, like people are on this call and you're looking at this and you're thinking, I know this is like everything else. Okay.
Yes.
They're showing you like the normal stuff and it's going to get better and better and better and better. So don't jump off this call thinking this is all boring stuff and it's the same as everything else, right? Stick around. He's warming you up. Carry on.
A lot of UK stock is on red when I used it before. That can also obviously be a thing, but if it's like on a whole store level, for example, it's probably that the store changed something and we maybe didn't pick it up. So on our side, it's super important that you communicate with us, basically, and then we will fix the store. But that's the thing, we also added, I don't know when you joined ProfitPath the last time, now we have someone in the background and also an AI in the background that basically checks all the stores every month and sees, okay, are our scraping methods still working? And sometimes there were stores, I know, that basically only showed out of stock products when there were in stock products as well, or only showed in stock products when there were out of stock products as well. So yeah, we have over 1,000 products we are scraping. So it's obviously not easy to have like a good overview
1,000 stores, right, Leon?
of everything.
1,000 stores, right? 1,000 suppliers.
Yeah. I would say now we have. It depends on how you look on it. Like we are scraping over 1,000, but we are monitoring even way more. So it depends on which module. In the supplier search, we have over 1,000. For example, if you look at the deal watch, which will come, which we will have a deeper look into later. We monitor over a few thousand stores, probably even over 10,000 stores. So in the supplier search in UK, I think we should have I would say 300 or probably something around that. And in the deal watch where you can monitor your own ASINs, it's probably also around I would say 500 to 1,000, probably only in the UK. Yeah, but it depends on
all the time, right?
All the time. I mean, if there is a supplier we should add for you, we will add it if we can and as fast as possible also. So we are super dynamic in adding new stores for you guys. And we are always also reaching that. I think this is also USP to any other software. You can just join our Discord and talk to every of the founder team and we will, just let you know what's up. But as Ricky said, most of the stuff you guys didn't see. So I can also go over the actions if you want to. So basically what the actions are doing, those are just shortcuts in the end, okay? So for example, favorizing a product, I just showed you in the dashboard. Here you can just favorize the product and review that later, for example, here on the products. Here you can just create the group for the products, and here you can basically add a product to the deal watch. And what the deal watch does, just briefly, is you can set a price alert for a certain product, and we will then monitor this item live. So basically, it's not tied to our usual scraping intervals. So basically only I don't know, once or twice or 3 times a day. But basically, I don't know, something between some minutes and sometimes even some seconds. I can't say more. So basically, you're building your own watch list for ASINs, and that's what the deal watch in the end does. So for example, currently RAMs or SSDs or GPUs hugely demanded, and we are definitely the best source when it comes to that when you want to pick them up on any site, basically, because we have the fastest module on picking up all those ASINs. Here you can just blacklist an item, so if you don't want to see a certain item again or think it's just a mismatch or whatever, you can just blacklist this item. For example, I have one right here, so you can do that as well. Here you can make a deep search, add the item to your Google Sheets, track the product to your inventory, also report the product. Obviously, if it's a mismatch, you can report it to us. That's the best case, so we can then clear that out later. Here you can see which other sellers are selling this this product basically out of your monitored storefronts. So what you can do in Profit Path, also I think we will come into later, in the Spy Search, which is another module, you can monitor sellers. Depends on the subscription, how many those are. And then we will show you which of those sellers are selling a certain item, which is obviously a good thing to know, because if you see okay, I know this guy, for example, and he's one of the big arbitrage sellers. If he is selling this item or sold this item, so it's not currently selling, it's also over a certain amount of time in the past that we are also tracking, you can basically get out, okay, this might be a good arbitrage opportunity because X amount other sellers also sold this item in the end. Here you can just add a quick note. Here you basically have just an IP complaint item, which you can check out. Here you have dangerous goods. And here you can check if you are ungated for this certain item on all the regions. And here for the people that are selling in Germany, you can check out the VEE number that you need for electronic products in the end. And those are our actions, at least the actions I'm showing you right now. And another cool thing is our reverse search. So in our reverse search, you can basically check, okay, how was the product selling in the past? So we are tracking by ourselves how the product was selling in the past over a certain amount of time. And also where you can also buy this product currently. And this is a super important KPI to check out. Also, just imagine you find a super profitable product. I would always check, okay, was it maybe a significant amount cheaper in the last, for example, 1 week or 2 weeks? Because you always want to have close to the cheapest price, because if not, the chances are pretty high, especially nowadays, since many people are farming deals, that you will get undercutted like super hard. And that's especially important for like high ticket items. So imagine you want to buy an item for like, I don't know, 500 euros, and the item is profitable for 500 euros, also with a good amount of margin, but you're seeing the item was profitable, was selling for example, 400 or 350 euros, like just 2, 3, 4, 7 days ago. Then you should really reevaluate, okay, should I really buy this product right now? Should I ship it to FBA? Should I ship it to FBM? So that really helps you with that decision. Since, this is probably the biggest part and the most important part of the arbitrage business is seeing data and also know how to work with data in the end, and then interpreting it in the right way. And it comes with purchasing data and obviously also with the selling data. And I would say that's like the most important skill. And also when we onboard people inside of Profit Path and they ask me what is the most important skill I should have as a seller or also inside your tool, then I'm always saying, okay, the most important thing you need to know or be an expert in is definitely in analyzing a deal deeply. And that's, I think, helps a lot and prevents a lot of bad decisions that can snowball in whatever in the end. Because if you buy good items, you will always be able to sell them. Usually, obviously, IP complaints and all that stuff can happen, but you really like mitigate the risk. Yeah. And all those tables are obviously also reused in every other table we are using. Are there any questions when it comes to the supplier search that I might missed?
You've got one question about wholesale distributor. So someone's asking if you can find wholesale distributors for ungating.
You can. I mean, the question is always, do you really want to ungate the product with a wholesaler? This is the first question I would ask myself. We have wholesalers inside Profit Path, yes, and you can also filter for them. But just out of my experience working with a few hundred sellers right now, you should always think about of the POV from Amazon. Okay, does Amazon really know this wholesaler, for example? I mean, a wholesaler doesn't mean you will get them free ungate. Usually, at least in Germany, that's the case. I would say in Germany, for example, you will get an easier ungate with, for example, a huge online retailer, for example, that sells a certain brand, because then you basically assure Amazon also knows them. And they are not selling any like fraudulent items and all that stuff, because any wholesaler can have like any distributor in the end that sells them whatever kind of items, you know.
Yeah, it's just someone saying that there's all beauty brands at the moment are 100 unit ungate.
Probably depends. I don't know, to be honest, and it probably depends also on the region. I mean, there are regions that it's like way harder to ungate beauty. That could be the case for UK, for example. I don't know where you are selling. I don't know if it's like the case in Germany currently. At least I haven't heard of it. That's like every beauty brand is currently like having like 100 ungate.
Yeah, it seems a bit like December time. December really cracked down, and it doesn't seem like most of those. Like they went from 10 units to 100 units, and things haven't come back. So it's still 100 units. So someone's also asking about, is there a way to search scan products that we are already ungated in?
Currently not, but that's a thing Luca already stressed about, and that's a thing we will definitely also add in the future. So we will basically just have like a little icon or whatever that you can just click and then just see brands that you are ungated for. So that shouldn't be a hard thing to add. But we have a huge pipeline currently, and that's definitely a thing that is like high on the priority list that we will definitely add, especially for newer sellers. I know it's like a really demanded feature.
Yeah, it's getting more and more challenging. There's questions we get every single day. Ungating. Someone says, ungating is a nightmare, 100 units, and still get rejected. Yep, of course. There seems to be no system at the moment with Amazon. How many UK wholesalers do you have roughly?
That's a good question. I mean, I couldn't say out of my head. I would say, I don't know, probably like 10 to 15 to 20, but if there are any we should add, we can obviously add them. We are currently, I can say that like pretty transparently, obviously prioritizing EU wholesalers, because if you have a German wholesaler, for example, everyone from the EU can buy from them. I mean, kind of the same thing for the UK, but that's how we are currently prioritizing it.
Okay.
But if there are any we don't have, we will just add them for you. I mean, we basically add every store you suggest. So just a matter of time in the end, and if it's possible to add them. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, good. That's it for now. So yeah, carry on, please, Leon.
Perfect. So in the multi-search, in the end, it's just an extension of the supplier search. So in the supplier search, you can search through every supplier like once, one by one in the end. And in the multi-search, you can select a bunch of those suppliers and then just look through them at once. That's basically what it does. So it's just the same thing, just in bulk in the end. You can imagine. Hopefully just loading, and sometimes, yeah, perfect. So it's just a bulk view of all our suppliers in the end, and we will also improve the loading speed of our multi-search a lot in the future, because we are currently adapting to or moving to a new database. So definitely be hyped for that. Yeah, obviously I can also use UK suppliers. But it's just the same thing. But I can demonstrate everything with UK suppliers. If most of you are from the UK, that's not an issue for me.
Yeah, we've got most people I think are from the UK, but there's a few people that do, EU A to A, for example.
Yeah, sure.
We'll get onto it in a bit.
Sure, 100%. So yeah, as I said, the multi-search in the end is just bulk search for the supplier search in the end. So same thing, same table, same filters, and also the same actions in the end. The only thing that basically changes here is that you can see the supplier right here, where the certain lead is coming from. Exactly. Then we are coming to the reverse search. So the reverse search is basically just a reverse approach, as it's already implied in the name. So basically what you can do here is upload a bunch of ASINs, upload a bunch of brands, or upload a bunch of GTINs, and then search through the whole Profit Path database. And then we will just show you basically the suppliers that are selling these brands or these ASINs or these GTINs, for example. So let's pick up UK again.
You can also use the UK marketplace.
Let's say Samsung. Yes, sure. Obviously, I can just use that. I mean, it should also work with UK for me, right? Luca as an admin. I mean, I can also.
Yeah, for you.
Let's check it real quick. So, okay. Now what it basically does is, in the back, it basically reverse searches through all the suppliers with the brand Samsung, for example. And then you can see, okay, are there any profitable Samsung items? So if you currently, for example, know, okay, I'm ungated for brand X, Y, Z, you can obviously then upload all these brands here and then just reverse search them instead of Profit Path. So that could be a good approach, and that's also an approach that many sellers are using currently. So just taking the brands they're ungated for and then using the reverse search for that, for example. Yeah, and everything else, table looks the same. Here you can see the supplier, for example, and actions, and everything else is the same. What I like to use
Someone's asking, I'm not sure what you mean, Ali. If you can just rephrase that question. I'm not sure what you mean on that one. But Kieran's saying, can you not reverse search your competitors?
Yes, that's also a whole other module that I will come to in a second. Yes. And I just saw another question as well that asked how can I upload a bunch of ASINs, for example, just here with the little import icon right here. So what you can do is just select a file and then upload the file in the end. And then it will just upload all these ASINs inside of here, and then you can just click search and then everything else, is magic, basically. Yeah. So that's how it works. What I like to do in the reverse search, so I don't forget it, is to use for suppliers I can then ungate a certain brand with. I know Samsung, for example, also is like 100 ungate now, but let's just imagine a brand, for example, Lego. I want to ungate Lego. Then I would just search for Lego, for example, and then look for the cheapest supplier price, and then ungate Lego with a supplier that I also like. Obviously, if I don't like a certain supplier, for example, INI, I know it's like a wholesaler as well. You can just also blacklist the supplier. So, for example, if you then see INI or whatever, you can just blacklist the supplier and you won't see it in the next search, for example. If you think, okay, this is not a supplier I want to buy an item for, you know? And yeah, that's basically how I find the cheapest supplier for a certain item. And then I'm just looking for a supplier where I can buy like multiple items from, or a thing you can obviously also do is buy from multiple supplier sites. You know, you don't need to buy like 10 or 100 units, for example, from one supplier. You can also buy them from multiple suppliers, stack up those invoices and then upload them to Amazon. So that's always also a thing you can do. Just keep in mind that all those suppliers should be legit, because one false supplier can kill the whole structure in the end. Okay.
ASIN saying is amazing, and Ali saying supplier linked for MOQ required VAT registered or some specific quantity.
So the question is if an invoice needs that, or I don't understand the question.
Yeah, just try and rephrase that for us, Ali. Or come on the mic. Come on the mic and ask if you want to.
Sure.
Ali?
Always happy.
Meanwhile, NK is asking, is each showing profitable items?
I mean, it depends. You can. I mean, it depends. If you're only looking to ungate an item, I would probably look for the demand of an item rather than if I sell it like profitable, because for me, I want to get the cash flow in as fast as possible again when I'm just looking for an item to ungate a certain brand. But that's just my perspective. Obviously, you can also look for an item that is like profitable, but only sells like once a month. But then you are just sitting on the item in the end, maybe for 12 months or however how long, and you don't get your cash flow back. So what I always have in my mind is, okay, I rather have an item where I make a slight loss on, but I can move it like really quickly. But that's my perspective. Obviously, you can also add another filter and say, okay, I want to have like X amount of profit. Let's say, okay, I want to have a profit that is greater than, for example, €2 per item. That could be a thing. So greater than 2, for example. And then you can select another margin and say, okay, I want to have more than 10% margin, for example, and then you can also go from there. But that's just not a thing I would suggest doing, to be honest. I would probably more go for like, okay, I would at least want to have like X amount of sales to ungate a certain brand. Yes. Any more question when it comes to the reverse search?
No. Ali's question. So supplier lead for MOQ about being that basically VAT registered. I'm sorry, Ali, I'm not getting what you're asking there.
no. I mean, if you want, you can just talk to us. You know. Yeah.
The profit calculation can be without VAT and with VAT. You can just turn off the VAT registration or turn it on.
Yes. You can basically say, yo, I'm not VAT registered, for example, and then this is all for our European folks. You wouldn't even see that if you have, like, for example, a VAT registered onboarding, you wouldn't see this part on top, so it would probably look more like this. And yes, then obviously all those calculations would also be adapted to VAT registered, no, and then we would take that into account. Yes. Also, if you see like any flaws in our calculation, you can always point that out to us and we will take a deeper look into it. Since we are super proud for our when it comes to our calculations, since this is like the biggest part when it comes to Profit Go, our analyzer, and also to Profit Path, that we really have like the best calculation on the market, and that's really the thing. Yeah, we prioritize like super high. So if you see anything, just let us know, and we will try to improve or prove you wrong, and tell you, yo, yeah, we are right, and you might also be wrong in some cases, in some instances. Yes.
Okay, yeah, a few questions if this has been recorded. Yeah, we've got a few recordings going, so hopefully we'll get a good recording of this. Could you explain the settings and what each section means, please? That's from Gary.
Inside settings, yes, sure. If we want to go over that, we can definitely do that. So starting with the individual settings. So what the individual settings are currently doing is basically inflicting with the table you are currently seeing. So individual settings are working with the table you see right here, and the global settings are basically settings you usually set up once and then are set and you don't want to change anymore in the future. So individual settings start up, okay, do you want to sell FBA or FBM? If you switch to FBM, the calculation will also get adapted to FBM, for example. Product availability is basically just, okay, is the product in stock? Is the product a mix? So currently it's a mix. We would show products that are out of stock and in stock, but you can also just switch to only show me in stock items. Obviously, as I already said, it's just at the time when we scrap the product. So product that might be out of stock or shown as out of stock may be restocked during the time we scrap the product. Then buy box active is just, okay, is the buy box currently active? Also a thing you can see here in the chart, obviously, but also a thing you can filter for. So if you want to, you can only see products that currently have an active buy box and mix or no active buy box. Same goes for variants. If you want to, you can only see variant items, probably a thing not many people are filtering, but a thing you can do if you want to, and mix or no. Then you can also use a discount. So for example, imagine Argos in the UK has a 10% newsletter discount, which probably isn't happening anymore, but maybe happened in the past. Then you can just add that to the table and we will deduct this 10% from the supplier price and obviously also rearrange all the calculation and all that good stuff. And same goes for a flat discount. Imagine you have like a flat discount of, I don't know, €5 or whatever. Then we will also deduct from the supplier price and also recalculate all the calculation for you guys and then show you other products that might be profitable as well. When it comes to the global settings, so let's start with the EU settings. So in the EU, also for UK, so we'll just explain it real quick. We have some different systems. If you want to sell in other countries, you have EFN and Pan-EU. EFN is you're storing in your own country and shipping to another country. If you're doing Pan-EU, you're storing in the other country and also basically shipping to the other country. So that's basically how it's being done. Pan-EU has better fees, EFN not so good fees. So that's basically it. And you need different registrations in each country. So kind of headache when you're starting, but super important to have it supported and to have it like super accurate, and we have it super accurate for every region. So that's a big thing for everyone that wants to sell in Europe in the end. Same goes for the Central European program. That's just a thing. If you are, for example, in Germany or want to sell in Germany, then you can also store in Poland and Czech, and then you get like a discount on the FBA fee. Yeah, VAT register is kind of self-explanatory, also explained that. Then the Amazon price is, just basically the average Amazon price we are taking to calculate your profit. Since if you're taking the current price, you will obviously also have products that just jumped with the price. So maybe jumped 2 days ago, 3 days ago, 4 days ago. So to basically flatten that out, we created the 30 days, 60 days, and 90 days Amazon selling price. And according to that, the calculation will then happen for all regions we are supporting. Then we have the Amazon price. On what should it depend? So usually you only have like the buy box. So basically on Keeper, it's just a bit nerd talk right now. The average is always or usually calculated on the buy box, but we also have a mix. So basically, if the product went out of stock, we still are taking the price into the average, and just build the average out of that. If you want to, and you're only selling buy box products, for example, you can also just select buy box price products. and then we are only taking the buy box price into account. So if the buy box went away, we are not taking the average into account, so just deducting that and building the average out of that. Default keeper range, it's just, okay, which chart is shown here? For me, it's 60 days, so it's always 60 days that's getting shown first. Your prep fee, so if you have a certain prep fee, for example, €1, that will get deducted per quantity per item, so just €1 or £1 gets deducted. MISC fee is, for example, just for invoices and all that stuff. You can, for example, say, okay, I have 20 cents or pennies in invoice fee, then that will also get deducted. And then I have shipping costs, and those shipping costs are basically just your FBM shipping costs and are just getting used when you are switching to FBM in the settings in the end. Yeah, I hope that helped a bit. I know it's a lot of stuff, but yeah, maybe that gives you a brief overview.
Yeah, so we've got someone asking, he's in the US market. So, yeah, this is not for the US market, right, guys?
Not yet.
Not yet, yeah. Let's frame it like that, yes.
Yeah, UK and Europe. So we've got Noel saying he spotted a flaw with calculating the profit from an EU supplier buying EU to sell in the UK. The euro is not converted to pounds.
It could be that euro is not converted into pounds in the front end. I know we had that issue. So basically, did you check if the calculation was really wrong on an numbers basis, or was it just the currency that was shown wrong, just out of interest? Because I never heard, so it's first time hearing that basically the calculation was wrong. But I know that we had an issue that we were showing like the wrong currency in the end, basically, but the number was the right number. That's framed like that.
Right, so it's showing a euro symbol, but it's actually pounds.
Yeah, the proper calculation was wrong. Okay, always, if that happens, please open a ticket, or you can also always shoot me a DM in Discord, Leon, or you can also use intercom. So we have a lot of options where you can report those issues, and then we will take a deeper look into it. Because as I said, like calculation is our number one priority, so that the data you are seeing right here is like really accurate for you guys. And if you give me the ASIN like right now or after the meeting, I will definitely take a look into it, and then look if we did something wrong, or maybe you interpreted something wrong, or whatever happened.
Yeah, and I can just contest to that these guys are so quick fixing things or adding things if it's like going to give value to the whole community, like crazy. It's really, 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 really cool, really fast. Peter's asking the question, in the screen that had all the EU comparisons, did it have UK results for the EU stores? I can't recall from the few screens back.
Yeah, this was from before this one, not on the reverse search, from the previous one. I know that you had some European stores there. Was the UK also present there?
I get your question. So basically, two separate things. So if you want to search, for example, any European store with an Amazon Marketplace, for example, the store Alta I just had, you can definitely do that. So you can, for example, pick Alsa and then search through Alsa with an UK Marketplace selected. So that's not an issue. But you can't basically select multiple marketplaces, so other European marketplaces with the UK marketplaces at once currently. But that's also a good thing for you guys, and also a thing for Ricky. In the future, you will also be able to do that. So isolated, you can do that, yes, with other European marketplaces. Currently not, but hopefully in the next month, maybe also this month. So that's all tied to the database changes we are also doing to improving the speed in the multi-search. Since you guys have to mention, we have now, I think, over 100 million products we are comparing daily. So yeah, probably more than any other sourcing software. And it's also our number one goal to keep that up, to not basically reduce the data, but invest more money in the end to have more computing power to still show you all the data, and also to add the marketplaces. Yeah.
And that will definitely that is definitely something that I'm requesting as well, guys. So that will be coming, I'm sure, because it's going to be so powerful for us, in the UK market. Okay, a couple more questions. Are there any software alerts for dangerous goods? Does it tell you dangerous goods?
So basically, you can't filter for it. But I have one question also. When I have so many UK guys here, why is that even important for you guys in the UK? Just out of interest, because in the EU, no one is requesting that, but in the UK, we sometimes get this request. So maybe you can tell me why this is like super urgent to you, and then I will also like move it up in the list a bit more. It's already on our to-do, by the way. Just so
let us know that one, Ali. I think some newer sellers, I'm not saying you're a new seller, Ali, but some newer sellers steer clear of dangerous goods. But you know, there's really not a need to. You just got to ship it separately in the UK as well. So Asif's saying, you know, can I talk about what, you know, saying that I'm using a great tool. This is the tools that I've been using, Ali, or Asif, sorry. And it's not just one tool, there's a ton of tools. And we're really going to get to the properly juicy stuff, like in a second. Like a lot of stuff you've seen before. They do it really, really great. But they're going to get to seriously juicy stuff in a moment. Are there custom scans? Ashley's asking.
Yes, there are custom scans. I mean, it depends how you frame custom scans. Do you frame custom scans as you have Argos, for example, and you can scan Argos for yourself? No. Do you have a wholesale file, whatever file, a distributor file, and you want to upload that into Profit Path? Yeah, that is, for example, possible. And that's the thing I will also briefly go over and then show you, as Ricky already spoiled, like the really juicy stuff that we built up on all this base in the end. So basically here with the wholesale scanner, what you can do, you can just create your own wholesale scan, or we just frame it wholesale scan. You can insert every file that has an GTIN, ASIN, any product ID that we can notice, and buying price. So those two are basically necessary, okay? And then you can just create a new scan right here. Let's find the file real quick. Then you can upload it. And then most important thing, because many people are doing it wrong, is just select the first column here. So imagine what I just did is basically I uploaded in CSV file or Excel, however you can imagine it the best. And we then basically show it in this view right here. So this is just the header row here on top. And most important thing is just select this header row in the end. And then it will just basically guide you through. Okay, you can just select the name. You can select the price column. So it's this column, currency, pounds and euros, how you want it. Then the identifier, is it in GTIN, EAN, UPC, or an ASIN. Then the product ID column that reflects that. Here, in this case, it would be the GTIN column. And then also the marketplaces you want to compare to. And this is also a USP for Profit Path. At least it was in the past. Correct me if I'm wrong, if it has changed. You can do a scan for all marketplaces at the same time. So currently, for example, other tools, let's frame it like that, you can only select one marketplace and then do a scan for one marketplace, and you need to do that for every marketplace after another, which just takes a lot of time in the end. And that's why we thought, okay, why not letting users select basically like multiple marketplaces? Don't ask me why it's not working right now, but usually, maybe because I selected only one marketplace in my settings, but usually you can select every marketplace. So you could select all the marketplaces at the same time, then say, okay, which VAT is applied in the list? So basically, is this a net list or a gross list? If it's a gross list and you're, for example, selling in Germany, you then needed to say, okay, it's a gross list and they have like 90% VAT, for example, and then that would get deducted from the list. So we just need to know what we need to calculate with. And if it's a net list, just say nothing or 0, doesn't matter. And then we will add that as well. Then you have some extra columns. Then you can check the details in the end. Okay, I have to type in something. And then you can just start the scan in the end. And then in scan, here, for example, I did it for all the marketplaces. Just looks like every other table as well. We are doing the magic in the background, sending your data to Amazon, and then basically getting the numbers returned back with the Amazon price. We are doing the profit calculation. We are also looking for the sales and everything else, if there are sales, obviously, in your file in the end. Exactly. So are there any questions for the wholesale scanner?
No, Leon. Sorry, Ali was asking about list. You've just gone over that, so that's great.
Yeah,
I think that's answered your
basically,
question, Ali. Let us know if not.
And it's also super quick, by the way. As you guys can see, this are basically 5,000 lines, and it took maybe 1.5, 2 minutes, and you can upload up to, let me check real quick myself, 100 MBs and 150,000 rows. So a lot. You won't need another wholesale scaler if you have let's frame it like that. And if you need anything, we can obviously add it real quick for you guys. And now let's go over the juicy stuff and start with the spy search. Okay, so in the spy search, what you guys can do is basically add other sellers, for example, and those other sellers. I will add my favorite preset real quick. I think it's bugging because I used the UK marketplace. At least that's what I'm thinking. Okay, perfect. So perfect, because I shouldn't be allowed to use the UK marketplace in my account. So I can only do that for demo reasons. Usually I could only select the European marketplaces. But imagine this with UK marketplace. Okay, just do me that favor real quick. So basically, what you can do in the spy search, you can add any seller you want up to a 300, as you guys can see right here. And we then show you guys if those guys uploaded new products, how many products they basically sold in the past and which ASINs they sold in the past, and then select all of those, and then look inside the Profit Path database if there are currently profitable opportunities available for those ASINs that those sellers sold in the past or are currently selling and will sell in the future in the end. So we basically monitor all those sellers for you guys live and then show you the buy-in opportunities for all those sellers. And also another thing that is on top of that is basically our private Discord bot that I will come to in the end, that creates a channel for you guys in your own Discord server and then notifies you daily if there are like new buy-in opportunities available, for those certain storefronts you are currently monitoring. So you don't even have to do that by yourself, most of the time at least. And
that's the crazy thing. For you guys that like storefront stalking, no more going to Keeper and sort of updating and trying to get their new list and working it out. Literally, you're going to get this pinged to you privately when your competitor that you're following add new products and where you could buy those products from.
Yeah, exactly.
So, that's just
I mean, this is just the beginning, as Ricky already said. And obviously, I mean, there will be products that Profit Path is missing. I mean, and we also thought about that. Okay, what are we doing with the product that Profit Path might not have? And we also have all products that are not in database, for example, and you can filter for them. And we are also showing them in your private Discord bot in the end. So we are pinging you all the products we don't have a supplier site for, then show you the max cost, so the maximum buy-in cost you should have to find this product, and then give you like some reverse search opportunities. For example, look at Google or at a price comparison site or wherever to maybe find this product. And this sourcing method is, I think, a really underestimated one, because by that method you can find wholesalers, other retailers, and whatever that some or probably most of other sellers are not even utilizing or looking at. So I can't stress that enough to use that. And we also have a shortcut for it inside of Profit Path. Okay, what you can do is you can just click the little reverse search icon right here, and then look for example, where's the product available. Might be in Google, Idealo, or whatever. Those are just German price comparison sites, for example. And also pick the UK right here. Then you would just have Google and Idealo. You would just click that. And if there would be a GTIN available, we would just show the GTIN. But usually what should happen, if we have a title, and we should usually have a title for this product, this would give you a shortcut with the title. So basically just show you the title of this fancy thing right here. How it's called in English, I don't know. To trim your grass in the end, yeah. So yeah, that's basically just the spy search part. Now let's go. Or are there any questions when it comes to the spy search? If you have any, just let me know and I will try to answer them for you, obviously.
No, people saying game changer. Yeah, they're liking it. This is one of the things that I was. I'm not really a big storefront stalker, but when I saw this is like, okay, I can be now.
I mean,
there was a lot of work before.
It's also not only storefront stalking. So how you have to think about our spy search module is it also gives you a suggestion of ASINs that other sellers sold in the past. So it's not only buying the same products that they are buying right now. It's basically a filtered view of if you have most of the arbitrage sellers in your spy search, all products that got sold in the past from arbitrage sellers. So it's basically a huge filter you can apply for yourself and run that against a profit path database to only see or mostly see arbitrage products. So I can't stress enough that this also should be the first thing or one of the first things you should set up when starting out with profit path. It's probably the most powerful or one of the most powerful tools, especially when it comes to spending time on it and getting ROI out of it. So I can't stress that enough.
Newer sellers, if you can find some other arbitrage newer sellers in the UK, then you could be stalking them to see what kind of products they're selling, because you may be able to get ungated quite easily in those products, right? So that's an option for you as well.
Exactly.
These guys are smashing it, smashing the German market. Yeah, definitely. And there's one seller that PP can't stalk. PP is saying it's too big. Okay, Noah's saying that.
I think you can stock up to 300 at least, as depending on your account. A seller that is too big usually means too many items. So basically, if a storefront sold over X amount of products in the past, so let's say, I don't know, 10,000 products, for example, I think 10,000 is the limit, then we can't add the seller. So for example, you can't add any like crazy wholesaler or maybe mobs. I think it's the biggest is the biggest Amazon seller with over 1 million products inside of Profit Path, and that's just to prevent our database from crashing. So imagine you could add a seller that has like 1 million entries, it would probably blow up our system and then explode. But if you know, and I have a guide on that here, also in English, and I think it's a really, really good guide to where you find those sellers, how to determine if it's an arbitrage seller, and that's also how big the storefront of the seller is, and what products they are selling, then you should never find a seller that sold over 10,000 products, at least in the past X amount of days where we are tracking those ASINs. So, yeah.
It's probably not going to be one you're going to want to compete with anyway, guys, right? When you get such massive sellers, it's out of our league.
Yeah.
There's probably a lot of brand direct stuff going on there as well, potentially.
Exactly.
So I would stay away.
Exactly. And you would just load up your spy search with bad results as well, because usually then you're just getting all the, as Ricky said, IP items in there as well. So really stick to those 100%, 99% certain or accept. Sorry, Ricky, I interrupted you.
No worries. The price, we can discuss that in a bit, guys. We'll go through that. This is up to 300 on this level. I think there's different levels, different amounts for different subscriptions. Okay, cool. We've still got a fair bit to go through, guys, so we're going to have to run through it and then...
Yeah, we will. Okay, let's get into the ASIN.
You take your time. I'm just saying the other guys, we've got a lot of questions. We can get all of them.
I also have a lot of time, so I have an open limit. I just have to, the only one that could judge me is my wife, but she will be fine. I hope so, at least. But let's get into the A2A. So I would say, or we would say, we probably have one of the, and if not the, especially for you UK guys, EU to UK A2A monitors. And the special thing about our monitors is that you can modify them as well. So I already talked about our our Discord bot, and I will show you the Discord bot now in action. Just wait a second. I will see if I can open it on another screen real quick. Just lagging a bit. Okay, I will go on until Discord boots up. So basically what you're seeing right here is a bit different from our other tables, as this little scan thingy here might already spoiler to you guys. So what this table basically is doing is not scanning like every once in a while or something like that, but scanning permanently. So what we are doing is we are comparing all major Amazon regions, Germany, Italy, Spain, France, and the UK with each other, with each other and under each other, and then looking for buy-in opportunities. And how we do that, we are looking, for example, okay, is the product profitable when you buy it in Germany and then sell it in the UK currently? Or we are taking like the 30-day, 60-day, and 90-day average price, for example, from the UK, and then look, okay, is there currently such a huge price drop for the same ASIN in the UK that it might be worth it to buy the product right now, wait a bit, and then sell it later in the UK? So this is basically the core of Amazon to Amazon. Works on different regions, but also works on same regions. So definitely a thing to keep in mind, to not only buy from other regions. And I will now select some more regions to show you the module a bit more in action. I think it should also work that I can also take the UK inside of here. Okay. And a thing you can do is you can basically just sit here and wait until new deals are coming in, as you guys can see. So basically in the background, we are constantly looking into our database and see, okay, are there new deals available? And if there are new deals available, you can just click this little icon right here and then review those deals. Why were there 4 deals coming up? Because those deals are also selling like on different regions. Those should only be 2. So this is in bulk. So let's just imagine those 2 right here. And this is a thing you can do. And another thing you can obviously do is just filter the table a bit more. For example, let's say you want to only see normal deals or coupon deals or all deals, for example. I will also go through all of them and what those are in a sec. And then you can also do that. So let's go over the deal types real quick. Then I will go over the fancy levels here real quick. And everything else hopefully should be self-explanatory. So normal deals are just deals. This price here is valid, and you can just click on this item right here, see this price, and then sell this item on this region. Business deals are basically you're getting a quantity discount. And to get this quantity discount, you also need an Amazon business account. So for you guys in the UK, I know you can't buy business deals in Europe because you can't have an European business account, at least when you don't have like a shipper or whatever the hell. So business deals in the EU are not for you, but that's a thing you can also filter. So I can already spoil it for you guys. But yeah, those are basically deals you're getting a quantity discount. So see, you guys can see right here. Let's put it in English real quick. You need to buy 10 units to get this buy-in price here, for example, to sell it then for this price here, for example. So this is the price with VAT. Also the thing you can see right here. This is profit go, by the way. Maybe we can get over it later. We will see. And yeah, this is basically the sell price right here. And yeah, this is basically a business discount. So you need an Amazon business account to get this quantity discount in the end to sell it then in another region. And then you also have coupon deals, and coupon deals are basically one-time discounts in the end. So on this item, you're getting, for example, a 35% voucher, for example. Let's see if it's still applicable. Sometimes they are not. Yeah, here, for example. So you're basically getting a one-time discount. And those coupons are usually only good when you have like high-ticket items. So, for example, cameras that are selling for around 500 to, I don't know, 1,000 euros and all that stuff, because those coupons are usually only applicable once and yeah, for one item usually. So that's a thing to always think of when working with coupons. But you can make good deals once in a while with them, like definitely. And yeah, now let's go over our levels. I already used them here to basically filter the table. So what those levels are basically high selling products. High selling product means, okay, at least 50 sales a month and confirmed sales. So those are sales that are confirmed by Amazon in the end. Then you have medium sales. Those are basically 20 sales to 50 sales, but not confirmed. And then you have slow sales as well. Those are 2 to 10. And then you have so basically between medium and low, you have like slow mover. Those are basically 10 to 20 sales. And depending on what strategy you're using and what filter you're using, you can then utilize those filters, for example. You can utilize them here in the table, but what is way more interesting is using them here in the alerts, in your private alerts in the end. Because what you can do is, you can modify your view and then reuse that later in your Discord to then only get notified when those certain filters are basically matching. So you can add a group here in Profit Path. Let's say the group Ricky, for example. Then let's say, okay, we are advanced and we want to select our buy-in regions as well. Let's say, okay, we are an A2A seller that wants to make EU to UK A2A, okay? But can only sell in the UK. Then he only selects the seller region UK, but gets the buy-in regions from whole Europe plus the UK. Then he can select like the minimum sales, the maximum sales, the minimum margin, maximum margin, the minimum profit he wants to have, the minimum offers, and also, and that's important for our UK guys, the maximum business deal quantity. I know this one sounds a bit complicated, but it's not. Since you guys can't buy business deals from the UK, you could, for example, select this filter right here, select all the European buy-in countries, and then say, okay, my maximum business deal quantity is 0, and then we won't show you any business deals for your EU to UK A2A filters, for example. Let's say, okay, we then put 2 sales, we at least want 10% margin and profit of 2, for example, offers at least 2, ratings we want to have are, for example, I don't know, let's say 4.0. Do we want to have variance, yes or no? I would definitely have a group with no variance and with variance. Let's just say we don't want to have variance. And then you can say, okay, do I want to receive Discord notifications for that? That's auto-enabled. You just need to invite our Discord bot for that. And do you want to have add notifications that just this little ping sound you're getting in the Discord with this red little dot on it, basically. So if you don't want to get annoyed by the deals, basically, and you don't need them ASAP, I would just turn it off. If you want to have that, you can obviously turn that on as well. Then you can just click on create, and then this group gets created, and they will also show you in a sec where this group gets created in the end. And then you have your own alerts group that is then basically shown in your own Discord server that will then only ping you with all those KPIs we just set right here. What I would then definitely do is also create a group that is, for example, I don't know, UK to UK. And that's a group then that has also business deals, for example. Let's say your maximum business deal quantity is 10, for example, then you, because most business deal accounts are restricted nowadays, or 15, then you will only receive business deals that at least have, for example, 15 maximum deal quantity, for example.
Can I just jump in there, Leon? Like when you're saying create Discord server, like for me that sounded like I don't know how to create a Discord server. And Lucas showed me how to do it, and it literally takes less than 2 minutes to create your own server. You connect it to your account, and then
even with the new module, that everything is basically automated for you.
You don't need to do any webhooks or anything, crazy stuff like that. It's all automated now.
I mean, this was the first version when we actually introduced it. You had to input your own Discord webhook, but since we saw the pain, how much and how long time it actually takes, then we basically automated everything for that.
Yeah. Exactly. And we also have a full guide on that, by the way. Luca and me, Luca did the guide on the Discord server, has a full guide basically. And this guide basically shows you how to set up a Discord server. Probably takes 1 minute. Then inviting our Discord bot takes 5 seconds. So you are probably ready to go in, I don't know, 2 minutes probably. It's super easy. Just look at the guide and do what Luca basically tells you, and then you are good to go. Okay, and now I will show you guys real quick what we created. Obviously, we can also check the new deals that just came in, so look over them as well. But yeah, obviously, that's a manual task, and I will show you how that's done.
Yeah, Emmanuel, I was loving the AQA alert. I think you've been using it about a month now, haven't you, Manny?
Yeah, I have. Sorry, can you hear me? Yeah, I have. Yeah.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah, solid. Well done, guys.
Nice.
So here, perfect. You can see my Discord right now, right?
Yes.
Perfect. So basically, how it looks. This is the stuff we will come to later. Is here. Basically, I created a group just in our Discord, and now basically this group got created right here, and you will get every ping you would receive in our software also in your own Discord server. So this is basically my little Discord server, my little safe haven right here. This is our Discord bot right here that sends you all the alerts in the end, okay? And then you can just go through all those alerts in the end and, for example, see, okay, this is an ASIN I will never buy. It's, for example, an IP complaint product. It's a product I don't want to buy again. Then you just blacklist this ASIN. You will never receive and ping for this product again. And you won't see it in profit path again anymore. Obviously, you can always revert it if you want to. So yeah, reverting that is not an issue. Then you can blacklist a certain brand. So if you see this is like an IP complaint brand, and a brand I'm not ungated for, and I will probably never be ungated for, then you can blacklist this brand. Or you want to buy this product, maybe in the future and not right now, or you are buying it, then you can also pulverize the product. And this is also the thing I also told you guys at the start. It's super important to modify profit path for your use cases. So we also have sellers that are, for example, selling Apple products. That's why we are not basically filtering out them at the first place, because there are sellers that are selling Apple products. Probably not on Amazon, but on other marketplaces. So always think about that. Why are they not basically pre-selecting a certain amount of brands, X, Y, Z? Because that's just not our company policy. And we are just showing you the raw data, and you can basically then modify everything for yourself. So that's how you have to think about it, okay? And down here, you can also see the little spy search view. I hope it loads right now. I think my connection is just super slow, sadly. So this is not on our side, this is on a Discord side. So we can't do anything about the loading times from Discord, sadly.
Okay, perfectly. Will other people on Discord see your alerts?
No. This is your private space. So this profit path notice is basically how I rename my server. So nobody will see what's inside of you. It's not even possible. So it's not possible by the infrastructure of Discord itself. So you can only see it. And that's basically it. So we are just setting everything up for you. And then you basically have your own notification center, your own cockpit in the end. Let's frame it like that.
And this is the difference for all of you people who have used lead groups before. There's some good lead groups out there, but you've got 500 people in that lead group, and a lot of people are going to see that lead when it pings in that moment. And say 100, 200 people in that group at least will see it, and that ping may go out to other groups, right? Because it's normally the same bots on multiple groups. This is your parameters, your settings. No one else's, yours. So mine are completely different to yours. All of us on this call have different parameters, and yeah, it's that's the special thing, and it's pinging for you in your group. That's the difference.
Yes, 100%. And there are way more leads than you can think. I mean, I can obviously always only speak for the European, out of the European perspective, but there are more leads than people can buy still. And the market is still, I don't know, it's not small anymore, but it's still not like giga huge, because many people are complaining, I can't find leads anymore, everything gets bricked. Yeah, that's because everyone is looking at the same source usually, and is not doing their own work. And we basically build Profit Path in the end, so you have your own sourcing center that you can utilize for yourself to build your own sourcing center that is not dependent on anyone. So that's also how to think about Profit Path. So also probably or definitely a different approach from any other software and also obviously from any other lead group. Yeah.
No saying if he's getting repetitive alerts, does he need to blacklist every lead he doesn't like?
Repetitive alerts meaning, okay, same ASIN is coming in again.
Yeah, is that right now?
Yeah. I mean, if obviously, when it comes to A2A, yes, because we pre-selected the pool of ASINs. So yes, you have to blacklist the ASIN or the brand in the end, or restrict anything else. You can obviously restrict the profit, you can restrict the margin, you can restrict the ROI, you can restrict the sales. Whatever is not fitting for you, you can do that by yourself, obviously. I mean, that's just the thing that that's on you in the end. Yes.
Yeah, Claire's
I mean,
saying,
if you have another solution, let me know, and then we can add it as well.
yeah, Claire's saying, so would you just need this one software instead of SaaS, Keeper, etc.?
To be fully transparent, you can definitely cancel SaaS, obviously out of my biased perspective, but I think we have definitely the better profit calculation and some other features that SaaS doesn't have, for example, and better variance, overview and all that stuff. But that's my biased view, so just check it out yourself.
I've already cancelled 2 subscriptions of SaaS, guys, so I needed 2 for my team. I've already cancelled that. So
That's really good.
That's amazing. When it comes to Keeper, I'm fully transparent. I would still use Keeper because Keeper is just such a powerful tool that you can do deep research with, and it's also a good add-on to Profit Path. To be honest, it's not a Profit Path, not a replacement for it, because Keeper you have to think of as like the database of Amazon. So you find everything there for every product, for every category, and for every brand. So I mean, it always depends as well on which level you are, but the more advanced you are, the more you will probably also need Keeper, and probably also on the lower end, Keeper can be your only tool that you need. So it always depends a bit. Maybe on the mid-level you don't need it, but on the higher end you will definitely need it again. So that's my view.
Yeah. Aaron, do you want to ask a question?
Yeah, nice one, Ricky. So can you hear me all right? Before
Yeah.
Yeah, nice one. All right, so I'm going back to quite far back to the beginning now. So I remember it was mentioned that the stores are scanned like 2 to 6 times a day.
Mm-hmm.
So I've used similar softwares, 3 to be exact, in the past. And one thing I've found in the UK especially is that it's just the same out of stock items coming up again and again. But you specifically mentioned that that's not the case with this software because it's different to the way the others do it. And I was just wondering if anyone else or Ricky could attest to spotting the difference between using this one and, for example, I've used Source Mogul, Arbitrage, Octorio, and I found, especially with the UK, it's the same leads again and again coming up, and it just seems like regurgitated information just on a different page. I was just wondering if anyone could, just provide some more insight on that, especially for the UK.
So as I said, I mean, there are different sourcing methods. So our suppliers overrun. That's probably true. But what most softwares are doing are, as I already said, they are only scanning for a pre-selected amount of ASINs, since they can't handle all the data. So we basically have more data than every other software. But a thing that we recently added, I mean, one thing is A2A, which is like super superior, which has nothing to do with stores, obviously, since it's always new deals every day, all day. And then also the deal watch. And that's the last module I will come to in a second. So what the deal watch does, I can already spoil it since you just asked, is you upload your own preset of ASINs. So think about, RAMs, GPUs, whatever is currently like super hyped out of your perspective, grabbing all those ASINs out of Keeper. It's not hard to find them. We also have a full guide on that. I think I have a 15 or 20-minute video on it even to show you guys how that's done. Grab all those ASINs, you upload them inside of Profit Path, And when you do that, we once scrape the data 3 or 5 times a day or whatever, 2 times a day. We will try to monitor those ASINs, those specific ones, as fast as possible. And that's sometimes in a range of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes, depending on the sales level of the product, sometimes even 1 minute, or up to, I don't know, 1 or 2, 3, 4 hours. So it's a completely different approach in the end. So you basically create your own watch list. With this created watch list, we will then monitor these ASINs for you and then basically notify you as soon as this certain ASIN is available in any UK store or also on Amazon. So it's both basically. It's for Amazon and basically also any UK store and also all the wholesalers we have inside the Profit Path. So
what would the limit on that be? So for the ASIN, so I know with Keeper you can just, I've got like more than 600 alerts on Keeper at the moment. And I'm wondering if I was going to do that, would you get like a list of, say, for example, if I got a list of 200 Legos and I set the Keeper parameters so it fit what I would want, and then I'd have like another 300 for CPUs, or could you stack them up like that, or would it be you need to narrow it down to like 50 of?
You get thousands.
You get thousands.
Thousands, yeah.
Yeah.
No way.
So,
All right. I guess that's the game changing bit then there, because
this is the absolute like, game changer. A2A is massive because it's for you. It's not for everybody. And this is the next game, like the real game changer. Because what I did immediately was literally went into STK. I literally downloaded the full report of every single product we had sold in history on STK, which was about 4 years. There was over 15,000 ASINs in there, which I'm freaking interested in buying again if I can find them again anywhere. And I've put that straight into there. And now this searches A2A and it searches stores and it's pinging every day. And now we just got to do a quick check because like 95% of those products we're probably going to want to buy. And
you only have to do that once.
Sorry?
So say you've got a list of 15,000 ASINs, you've got them all imported into a Profit Path, and you just get alerts anytime they become available in the UK or wherever.
Yeah, when they're profitable.
Oh, I guess that's, I guess I see where you're going. That would be so useful. I can just imagine going on Keeper already and setting certain parameters and getting a list of like 1,000 ASINs that meet specific needs.
Yeah.
And then, okay.
Going into Keeper and UK and looking for out of stock, I don't know, a list of Legos that are out of stock, for example, in the UK that you could potentially buy on Amazon EU, A2A, for example. Pull that list off, plug that in there. Just a little idea that you can do.
So would it scan? Would it when it's looking for a profitable deal? Is it just checking stores, or is it also checking Amazon EU? So if I want to sell in the UK, if it comes up in Italy for €20 and it's selling for 40, and it comes up in Asda for £20, would I get a ping from Asda and Italy?
Can you answer that, Leo? One for you.
So your question was, if I understood it right, if you, for example, set a certain alert inside of our deal watch that I will show you in a second.
Yeah.
If you would receive pings from Italy as well, what was that your question? If you are from the UK?
Yeah, so I'll just clarify. So say if I've got an ASIN for a Lego set and I sell in the UK, but one of my sourcing methods is online arbitrage, and another one would be EU A to A. So I might buy from Italy and Amazon and sell in the UK. Say, for example, this Lego set is £50, and it comes up in Italy for €20 and comes up in Argos for £20. Because it's now a profitable lead, I'm just curious, would it ping for Argos and Italy, so it's looking at separate marketplaces?
Yes, 100%. I will show you right now. Okay.
Sorry if I've jumped you ahead, but
I mean, it's nice that you're excited. That's also us, because this module took us, it's the Steel Watch module right here, probably over 1 year to build. At least to build it like really, really good. We had it in beta for nearly 6 months, and we have people in Europe that paid 600 euros per month per user for early access. So maybe that hypes you up a bit. It's not that expensive for you guys, just so you guys know. It's way cheaper for you guys right now. But that was just the early access for that month. So basically, this is the module in the end. So the question you just had is, okay, you are uploaded insert an ASIN here under at ASINs. And will it then also be pinged on Amazon and also on any UK store? Yes, 100%. It will be searched. Every UK store will be searched through in the end. And if this ASIN is then profitable, you will get notified on any A2A region. If it's multiple A2A regions, you will get notified for multiple A2A regions. And if it's profitable for multiple suppliers, you will also get obviously notified for multiple suppliers. So what you guys are seeing right here is basically our deal watch table, and the suppliers I just said are those suppliers right here. So those are all German suppliers. So imagine, for example, this helmet is currently selling on all those suppliers. Just imagine UK suppliers. So those are all UK suppliers, and they will look like UK suppliers for you guys. And those are basically the top 5 cheapest, only the cheapest 5 suppliers that are currently selling this helmet, with this one being the cheapest, and this one also being the calculation, or this one the calculation is based on, basically. So that's basically how it's done. And you also have 2 different tables. One table for our store alerts. Store alerts meaning all wholesalers, all online arbitrage sellers. So everything besides Amazon in the end. And also the A2A alerts, meaning every Amazon region in the end. You can also think of, okay, UK will also be added for you UK guys here, obviously. And this is, too much to take. Yeah, I know. This will probably also fry your brain. So you need to get over it a few times. But it's the most powerful arbitrage tool currently. And what you can do is, all those listings you are seeing right here are basically ASINs I uploaded in the past and that I'm monitoring right now. I uploaded, as you guys can see, 86,000 ASINs currently inside of the deal watch. And what the deal watch then does is it pre-calculates with all the KPIs I set right here: 9% margin, €3 profit, a minimum 2 sales, selling on all those Amazon regions, notifies me as soon as this ASIN is available when it comes to these KPIs right here. And that's obviously automatically. So currently, when you have your keeper list, for example, you then have to check is, okay, I have a certain price drop, then I have to check with whatever seller am, okay, is this item now profitable or not? So this is a thing we obviously then do for you, for all your Amazon leads here in the A2A section, but also for every store you can basically imagine also in the UK. And no, not only like once a day or twice a day or 3 times a day. We really try to be the fastest on the market. And that's obviously only possible because we now have a brief view in the end of your ASINs, and then we try to monitor them just for you guys. And this is also a view you're creating for yourself again. So this view is not shown to any other seller, only to me and only to you. And now imagine, for example, you have any UK supplier in the end you don't want to buy an item for, then you just blacklist it. Let's just blacklist this one right here. Then this one will get blacklisted, and you won't see it again. The next one will go up, and you want to receive a notification for this supplier, for example. So here the modified part comes in again. Also the whole blacklist stuff, I will go over that in a second. But what is more interesting is adding ASINs, and I will do that real quick. So what you can do is you can choose a file, for example, export all the ASINs from Keeper, for example, or wherever, then upload them right here under ASINs. So those, for example, You can also obviously manually type them in right here, or start with our starter pack. Our starter pack are just a bunch of ASINs out of our database that have like some certain KPIs. For example, they at least have X amount of sales, only a certain amount of brands, or whatever. So you can think of that. So if you want to have a quick start, use that. If you already have a pre-selected list of ASINs, use that. And that's a thing I can not stress enough. That's a thing I definitely would do as well. Then you can click on next. Then you can select all ASINs out of your list. So this was basically just your sheet and another view real quick that we plotted right here. And now you can decide, okay, where do I want to upload those ASINs? So do I want to upload these ASINs only as store ASINs? Meaning, okay, only for the online arbitrage side, so basically all online retailers, or also for A2A, so meaning, okay, I also want to buy from Amazon, or only from the A2A side. So basically every alert you set costs you 1 token. That's just a thing you have to think about. So yeah, just don't forget that in the end. So let's say I only want to upload them for stores, meaning only online arbitrage. Then you can see right here, okay, I currently have this amount monitored, this will be added, and those ones will be skipped. Why will they be skipped? Because they are duplicated. So we are already checking, okay, are in this list you're uploading, are there ASINs inside that you already have in your list? Obviously, we also don't want to steal alerts from you guys. So we basically already cut them out and don't upload them again in the end. Then you can select a group. If you want to, you can add those ASINs to a group that already exists. Or let's say, okay, for example, you want to create your Lego group with only Lego leads. Then you can say, okay, I now have my Lego group with Lego names. And right at the same moment, when you now click create group, again, a Discord channel will get created when you invited our Discord bot. A thing I can also not stress enough. Then you will receive your own Discord notifications as well, with your ad mentions as well. Obviously, you can also invite your VA if it's accessible in your own plan, and then he can just run through all the leads, buy those leads for you. And yeah, that's basically the magic on how creating groups and all that stuff works. Now let's just create the group. Takes a second. And then all those ASINs will get added inside of the deal watch. So now you can see, okay, my usage is high, X that away, and now you can see basically some store alerts instantly got uploaded because we already maybe had them in the database, so we're already monitoring them for maybe other sellers or other purposes, but 2,500 out of these 30,000 still need to be uploaded, so we need to get data, we need to set the monitors and all that stuff, and this just takes like, usually I would say a few hours, maybe up to 2-3 hours, but in some hours they're usually done. Okay. Aaron has a question again. You can speak if you...
Yeah, sure. So, just because there's so many different features and I'm just getting a bit lost in it. So,
yeah,
when it comes to the deal watch, I'm just trying to think about its use cases. Would it make more sense to only get your own ASINs? Because I had a thought of using, like, say, if you found like a really popular seller that is heavy into online arbitrage, you could extract all their ASINs and put it in deal watch. But
yeah, you don't even... Yeah.
You've already got a feature for storefront stalking for that, haven't you? Or because I'm just trying to think, would that be a waste of time, or is this feature more geared towards setting your own parameters on Keeper, getting your own list of ASINs? Because I was just trying to think if it would be good to import like a popular seller that you found and use it for like sort of like storefront stalking them while you're not actively looking at their storefront.
So that always depends on which level you are. So for every seller that is new inside of Profit Path and maybe also a bit newer into online arbitrage, I would always suggest the first thing you guys should do is start with storefront stalking. Then you might ask why. You're maybe buying only the same leads. Yeah, that's not the case, because you're also buying historical ASINs. And by that, you are sure you will definitely buy products that other sellers already bought. Should you buy them blindly? No, you should always do your own research. And what you can do then, obviously, is take all those ASINs and upload them into the deal watch, so you have a pre-selected view of ASINs that got verified in the past by other OA sellers. So that's the thing I would definitely start with when I'm a new seller. Would I also do that when I'm a bigger seller or a bit more advanced seller? Definitely for some storefronts, yes, because why not in the end? Also depending, obviously, which subscription you have. If you don't have that many alerts inside of Profit Path, I would probably start with my own when I'm super confident that those are good ASINs, and maybe only at like 1 or 2 super huge sellers. But you said, okay, I have to extract those ASINs. That's a thing you don't even have to do. So basically every storefront you upload it inside here, inside this buy search, you can synchronize with the deal watch, and we will then upload all the ASINs that they have currently in their catalog to the deal watch, and all ASINs they will add in the future, we will also automatically add them in the deal watch. So yeah, you don't even have to do that like manually. That's a thing you can do. You can turn on, you can turn off, you can delete them instantly if you want to. So you don't even have to upload them manually. So you can test out any storefronts, see how they perform in the end. Those are all storefronts down here basically. And then evaluate for yourself, okay, is it worth to basically stalk this storefront or basically use it in the deal watch or not? Yes. Awesome. So for your case, I would probably do a mix, take my own ASINs. If I still have some space, I would probably just synchronize a few of the storefronts I'm currently monitoring in the spy search anyway to get faster notifications, because in the spy search, you will have slower notifications because those are dependent on our stores, and Deal Watch is just a whole nother beast with their live monitoring, with the live monitoring. Yeah.
And as you remove a store, does it remove your usage, or is that token already used? So
no, it's removed. It's completely volatile. Also as it's on Keeper basically. If you have X amount of alerts set, you can delete X amount of alerts again, and you can try again. So it's basically not a runtime use. It's completely dynamic. How you want to use that. Yes.
Perfect. Thank you. Answered everything.
Yeah. Perfect.
Also, this is definitely one of the most powerful things for me. The Deal Watch is an absolute game changer, and unbelievable. I was looking into last year, 2025, to actually finding a way to get a developer to create some bots and to do something for me and my team. But it's thousands or tens of thousands, right? If you want to do it properly. So, people are asking about price, guys, so maybe a good time to talk about the different subscriptions. But it's this is a game changer for me and my team. And can I just tell you some numbers that we've done, guys? So last January we did 80,000 in sales, and this January we've been using this since November, and we've done 140,000 in January this year. So it's a significant amount more, and a majority of that is to do with this software, and we've only just begun. We're just literally scratching the surface. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Does that account for the UK as well, Ricky? Because I know you sell it everywhere. So is that figure largely represented in the UK as well?
6 markets. One is Netherlands, which we have to do for Pan EU, but yeah, it's basically 5 markets really.
Okay, cool.
Including UK.
Nice one.
Yeah. Yeah. So perfect. Did you want to? Is there anything else to cover on this, Leon, or you're going to cover the prices?
I mean, there are so many different things, but most of the things are already covered. I mean, you can modify everything. You can blacklist a lot. You can so many different things. But I think the most important part is obviously uploading, monitoring. It's way faster than anything else. And you can utilize it obviously also in the UK, only in the UK as well. And it also works only in the UK, and we can confirm that as well. And you always have a free trial anyway. So just utilize that. And if you are not satisfied within that trial, we can always extend that trial as well, because we are confident that you can definitely turn that trial into a profit.
Yeah. And Terry's asking, what's the best way to find good stores and a new seller? You've got a ton of stores to try out already, guys.
You mean storefronts? You mean storefronts or suppliers to buy items for?
Oh, right. I thought you meant suppliers. Maybe you mean storefronts. Just confirm that for us. Ali's asking about IP alerts. Oh, storefronts.
So storefronts real quick.
Yeah.
Okay. On every module, also on the spy search, you have this little booklet right here. You can click this little booklet and you will get redirected to our guides. So we have all guides in German and in English. So you can just scroll through our software guides and then look into the A2A search guide. And in this A2A search guide, I'm basically showing you guys where you can find not in the A2A search, sorry, in the spy search guides, obviously. Talk too much. I will show you guys where you can find all the storefronts and also which KPIs you should look for. The only thing you need is, as someone already spoiled it, Keeper and this guide, and you will find probably 95% of the sellers in your region. And you don't even need to search in your region. You can also get an inspiration from sellers in Germany, France, Italy, Spain, since everyone is selling the same or out of the same pool of products in the end, because nearly every product has the same IP restrictions, and we don't want to buy IP complaint products, and that's it in the end. And that's also a thing that, saves a lot of time. So just watch this guide real quick, download Keeper, use those KPIs, and you will find more storefronts than you can monitor.
Yeah, Emmanuel was asking, is a majority of our sales from A to A? It's a good mix, actually. A lot from the Deal Watch, a lot from the A to A, and actually there's two of my team members that are loving Profit Go, which we haven't really dug into yet too much, but they're loving it because they've done a ton of manual sourcing on stores, and Profit Go is just giving them the product rather than on SaaS. When you're looking on SaaS, a lot of the times it comes up, there's so many products that come up. You're doing your manual search on a store, and then there's a lot of different products that come up when you do your right click, bring up SaaS, because correct me if I'm wrong, guys, SaaS will be based on the title, whereas Profit Go is based on the EAN, right?
Yes, yes, exactly. It is.
So it's bringing up the product, one product, instead of a dozen, where you have to sift through. And they've 25% of what my best team member, and she done 63K in profit last year. 25% of what she does now is on Profit Go, doing manual sourcing.
Crazy.
Yeah, this is crazy. So basically what you can do, as Ricky already spoiled, so imagine this is also a UK store, obviously. What SaaS would do, they would just reverse search the title right here, right? So you're clicking on SaaS, they're reverse searching the title, you have huge amount of results, and what is the right result? We don't know. We can just guess in the end. And what you can do with Profit Path to validate real quick, is this in a good product or in good lead or not, you just click the Profit Path icon. We are basically extracting the G10 out of the website. If it's available, if it's not available, we obviously also have to use the title, since nothing we can do. And then we would just show you real quick, okay, how high should the max cost be, since this one has no buy box, it's just 0. So not in good lead currently. Might not be in good lead currently, I have to say, because buy box is currently 0, but I will still analyze this, since this one might still have sales and just ran out of stock. And that's probably even a thing. So this one is a super special item, but usually you would get the max cost, and with the max cost you could then see, okay, if the max cost is why I can't buy this lead. But for an item like this, when you see this item still has sales, I would still dig deeper into it and see, okay, this is maybe a product that went out of stock, and for what was it selling in the past, but that's a bit deeper of a research method, but also a thing you can obviously do with Profit Go. Yes, so here you can see it's currently out of stock, at least the buy box. Yeah. Okay, are there any more questions when it comes to Profit Path? Should we go over the pricing? Should I show you Profit Go? I mean, I can also go briefly Profit Go real quick if you guys want to. Obviously.
Yeah, I've just got one question.
Sure.
When you're making updates to the platform, how do we get updates? Are you sending an email? How do we keep track of new updates that come to the platform?
new update when it comes to alerts or when we change something?
Generally, any new updates.
Yeah, we basically do it on Discord. So in our Discord server, but we're also sending out, since like this month, we're also like sending out emails based on the latest updates. So we basically ramp like a monthly update recap, so you get an email to catch up with all the updates. That's totally understandable. But yeah, it's really good to be also like inside of our Discord, because there we basically have like a software updates channel where you can basically check everything.
Thank you.
And Terry's saying, is it better than SaaS in terms of SPM IP alerts? Terry, I've got 6 people sourcing on my team at the moment, and we've still got access to SaaS, and all of them do not use SaaS anymore. They're using ProfitGo. Just in terms of the data, they find the data better. Like Leon's going to go over the variants, like loving that. So yeah, and in terms of if you do sell in Germany, then yeah, it's got an extra special thing. I'll let Leon. I won't do any more spoilers. You can talk about it.
Sure. I can do it real quick. So let's just take this. Is it this item real quick? I think it's this one with the huge amount of variance. Yeah, I think is it this one?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, it should go quicker though. But I will show on the other item real quick. Let me just retry real quick, because this is an item, yeah, we just updated because it has 2,000 variants. So really a huge amount of variants. But let's go over everything real quick. So the first thing Ricky just spoiled already is, yeah, you extract the GTIN, show the exact products. Reverse searching is way easier with Profit Go already. And when it comes to KPIs, so we're obviously also showing confirmed sales and all that good stuff. I mean, I will change it to English real quick. They also added basically confirmed sales again for 10, 20, 30, and 40. If you guys didn't know it, I think they did it like yesterday or the day before yesterday. And we are currently not fully supporting it in every feature, but we are displaying it right here. But we will also display and obviously utilize that in every feature. So here in the quick info, you're just getting the same thing you also have in Seller Amp. What is special for everyone that is also selling in the EU, you can switch between all the European marketplaces like instantly and check, okay, how would the product then sell in all those other marketplaces. Net growth, FBM, don't want to bother you with that. Ranks and prices is a thing you also know. The Amazon marketplace is also a thing that is like different from SaaS, is that we are also showing the sales on all other marketplaces. So that's the thing that definitely also misses on SaaS offers. We obviously also have with all the information you guys need. The charts we also have, obviously also for all marketplaces. And here comes the first thing that separates us from SaaS when it comes to the core information part, and this is the variance panel. So on SaaS, the only thing you're getting is you can check the reviews basically. See the ASIN, and I think you're getting the color and the size and all that stuff. But we also added the image, and the best thing we added is we also added the sales, okay? And you can then, for example, just click on confirm sales real quick, and then you see all the variants that actually have confirmed sales. And that's a thing that's totally missing currently on SaaS. You can basically just guess and use like the check reviews to check that out. And you can also see, okay, which are just estimated in the end. Estimated obviously also means those are probably not 40 sales, those are just BSR drops. And also typing that right here, that those are probably shared between the variants. And it's basically a black box, especially on an item with such huge variant count, how those are basically evaluated or weighted, let's say it like that. But what you can do, you can obviously also check reviews. And when you're checking reviews, we are now taking the live reviews, and what we do is we are only taking the last 100 reviews, which is not super nice for this variant, but usually it's super helpful. But because what SaaS does is they're taking all the reviews, so also the reviews that are from, I don't know, basically 10 years ago, and maybe this variant sold a lot 10 years ago, but it completely inflates the view in the end. That's why we are only taking like the newest 100 reviews and making our estimation on that. Since then, you know, okay, this variant definitely sold or was under the 100 past reviews in the end. So that helps a lot with that in the end as well. Alerts is the same thing. Then reverse search is a super nice thing. Obviously also in the UK. Let's see if those pens are also selling in the UK. Nope. But we can check it in Germany and see, okay, they are selling on all those 3 marketplaces. We can see how they sold in the past. And sometimes, and I wouldn't even say like too rarely, you will stumble up on a lead only by doing that. So you're basically on an item, doing A2A or whatever, seeing the item is profitable, and then you see out of an instant, oh, this item is also profitable on 2 other UK marketplaces, for example, and then you can instantly buy it there as well. So you get an overview of all suppliers that are currently also selling this product, sometimes even profitable for you guys. Yeah. Next thing we have is our VE registry. Imagine you want to check out the brand Samsung, for example, then you can check. Should usually work. Okay, it's always taking the brand levels, but let's take it right here. The VE registry is basically a thing that you need when you are selling in Germany, because you need this little shitty VE number to sell like any electronic product. And usually what you needed to do is ungate the item and then get this VE number in the end from a certain website, search it for yourself, and then type it in. Yeah, that's also a thing that where ProfitPath basically does the shortcut for you. Then obviously you have Google Sheets, all your Seller Central shortcuts, keeper images, everything else you need, lookup history, and obviously also an ASIN history. And now, for example, imagine, okay, you're going over a lead and you're also using ProfitPath. You can then favorize the product, and what happens is you will synchronize the product inside of DealWatch as well. So you just favorize the product, and it will then get added to your DealWatch, and it will get monitored from there on, and you will receive a live notification in your Discord or inside of ProfitPath as soon as this item is available with your desired margin sales and net profit. Exactly. And this is basically our browser extension. We also have it inside of ProfitPath, obviously here under our analyzer. But we also have like a mobile app that works on Android and also on iOS that I would also check out, which has like a little bulk scanner. I know Seller App also introduced a bulk scanner, but we had it before them, so they maybe got inspired by our bulk scanner. So check that out as well, definitely. And that's Profit Go. Cheaper than SaaS, by the way, than SaaS as well, by the way.
Yeah, and it comes included with ProfitPath as well.
Exactly.
So yes, this year our software is going to be way cheaper than what we were paying in software last year. Way cheaper, and we got way more with this, honestly, guys. So yeah, a few people asking. I mean, thanks for that, guys. Like, this is not just one bit of software. And Claire was saying, like, you know, for a new seller, seems a bit too much. I would just get Profit Go and start there, and then you can always get ProfitPath later. And this is so powerful, but it's probably a bit overwhelming for very new sellers.
100%. I would also suggest, usually starting with manual sourcing, get good at sourcing, and that's also a thing I also said at the start. Get good at reading keeper charts, and also look how the product sold in the past. So those would be the first 2 things I would do before I go into automated sourcing, where ProfitPath then really helps and accelerates everything.
Yeah. I mean, in the Navigators, you're definitely going to be hearing a lot more about this now. We'll be doing some regular trainings on it and sourcing. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Be able to share more with you guys.
100%.
And I think that's also like the most important part, also like inside of the community, that you guys teach each other and ask questions, etc. That's how you basically also like grow inside of the software.
Yeah, Gavin's saying I have VAs with Seller Amp SaaS. I have to buy a separate license. And with this software, can I add a VA on the same plan, or would I have to buy a license?
Depending how many lookups you want to have. So basically, we also have a lookup limit, as you can see right here. And if you are fine with 1,000 lookups, which I can't imagine per month, you then need our expert plan, and our expert plan starts with 16 euros per month. That's probably like 14 pounds or something like that on the yearly basis, and on the monthly basis, it's, I don't know, I think around 18 pounds or something like that. It should be. I can also show that real quick here. This is our pricing basically. So yeah, it's for this price, I would say, as I said, around 18 pounds you can use it with a UVA. So it's cheaper than SaaS, better calculation than SaaS, more information than SaaS. SaaS is just overhyped in my opinion. And yeah, at least out of my biased view, obviously you can test it yourself and give us an honest review. And I want your honest review as well. So if there is anything you would like, please just tell it to us. We're working on this product 24/7, so this is not a side hustle for us. We're doing nothing else. We are only doing basically product management, software development, and working for you guys. So yeah, super happy to obviously get honest feedback always.
And I can see that, as soon as I was speaking to Luca, like, these guys are like literally working hard. You hear other people with other softwares. I've used other softwares for years, and it feels like it's just like it's working okay. So that's it. It's good. And
exactly.
bringing a new product to the market every year, whereas literally using this for the last 3 months, there's been like so many new things that have come along. And I was in a store, in the Nike store, and I was saying to Luca, look, Luca, I can't see the images with these variations. There's loads of variations on these Nike, and I need to see a picture because I can't look at the ASIN. It's a nightmare. So literally within about 2 or 3 days, they had the Profit Go app, Chrome extension, and app on the phone, and it had these images all there. Literally like 3 days. I'm like, freaking hell. Okay, it's a serious.
Yeah.
These people are serious. Yeah.
Thank you.
But
And
that's
we also live from that, yeah.
But that's, in my opinion, like the most important thing, or why so many people are actually also like switching from Arctorio or Arbisource or Seller M Plus, because we actually take it into account what the community says in terms of features, new shops, fixing bugs, and being accountable for that. And that's like the most important thing for us. And yeah, what is Deal Hub Access? That's like a new module which is coming out soon. So it will be another addition to Profit Path.
Yeah. So Ali's saying that there's no deal alert, there's no DG and IP issue alerts.
So, I mean, when it comes to IP alerts in general, just to bring it to you guys, most of the IP alerts you're getting are probably
Wrong.
Yeah. You need, and that's the most important skill, to really start reading items for yourself. So basically looking, okay, where the offers going? Are they going up and down? Where they're abruptly like falling down and all that stuff. And that's the thing you guys have to do, because sometimes and claim happen out of whatever reason, and false reason, for example. So you maybe see a drop off, but then the sales were rising again. Someone reported it and it's stored in the software for 2 years, but the product can be sold again. So yeah, IP analysis has to be a thing that you guys need to do by yourself and get a grasp of what is a good brand and what not. And at some point you will just have a huge list of items where you know they are safe, at least currently. Same goes for obviously brands that are then IP compliant brands. Yeah, and the community helps a lot with this as well. If you are in the Reiki community, just ask. I would always ask, okay, is there anyone that already sold this brand, heard something bad from it, everything looks good? If no, I would just, then if your analysis is good, just sell it, obviously. And if yes, then you don't sell it. That's at least how I'm doing it and how we are doing it instead of Profit Path. And you can also ask instead of Profit Path as well, by the way.
Yeah, and I just want to say something, like, because a lot of people say to me, "Oh, it's expensive," like, and it kind of gets me a bit, because I've been in this game a long time. But in business, if you buy a nice, I don't know, something that you're just going to look at and it's not going to do anything for you. Let's say you're going to buy a nice pair of shoes. Maybe you're going to use them, or they're just going to sit on the shelf. I mean, that could be expensive, right? So that, but if you're buying something, a tool. If you're a builder and you buy a tool and you're going to use it every day and it's going to make you money every day, then that's not expensive, right? You might spend 500 quid on a drill but you're going to use it every day. It's going to make you a ton more money. This is a tool, or many tools, right? I don't know how many tools. I think there was more than 10 there in total, guys, already. But it's something that if you only look at the cost, you're literally going to strangle your business. I would have never, ever got a prep center, a VA, software like this if I just looked at the cost. I had to break out of that I can do everything Superman syndrome and stop looking at just the costs and think, what is it going to make me, right? And you get a 28-day free trial, and basically a month trial on this. That, in my opinion, what I want to get to training people in the Navigators, that people jump on this trial, we show them how to use this, and they can pretty much make back more than their trial or their first month that they're going to pay on the software in that trial, so that then they can just get the product effectively for free going forward in the future. That's my idea. That's what I would love, for people. But if you say something's expensive without seeing the whole picture of what this can do for you, then yeah, you're going to strangle your business long term. I'll be honest. I get quite passionate about it because I get it all the time. Things are expensive. Like I said, I'm paying less for software this year than I was last year. I'm making more.
It's always an investment, and I think the biggest issue that we have in the space is that everything is getting laid down for you guys. So how online arbitrage basically started is you're going into a group, and the group tells you buy X, Y, Z. Then some people are getting mad because prices get inflated and all that stuff, for example. So always think in terms of return on invest. Take the 28 days, see what happens. Maybe buy another month. Book a call with me, by the way, included multiple calls, as many calls as you want, by the way. Then see what happens with your money. Do you get it back? No. Then evaluate for yourself, okay, is it me or is it really the software? So that's the thing you should do first. And that's just first principle thinking for business that I'm trying to basically help everyone here with, because that's also a thing we have to do. We are investing a lot of money, a huge amount of money to build the software. Really a crazy amount of money to build the software. So that's how I would think about it. Take the 28 days, see how it goes. Maybe got committed. Try the starter, for example, a month, because paying for something usually puts more urgency on it. See if you get the ROI. If you don't get the ROI, is it me or is it like really the software? So that's how I'm thinking about every investment I'm making. Doesn't matter how much money it is. I mean, if you invest 1 million and you get 1.5 million back, obviously it's an easy, super easy take to make. Right? Would you do it? Yeah, obviously you guys would do it. So that's how I would think about every investment.
No saying he's been using this on trial for the last 2 weeks, and now he can't do his business without it.
That's amazing.
It's freaking unbelievable, guys. If you don't test this out, I don't know what to say. 28-day free trial.
And also what a lot of people do, especially depends on your capital. It's like also, if you want to save money, you can also go for the yearly, then take yourself accountable for the yearly, and then see, okay, how much money did I really make after 1 year? And then actually compare it. Because, I don't know, there are so many coachings out there, for tens of thousands of euros. Then in my opinion, just invest $1,500 for a starter. You can also upgrade in the future if you need more D-Watch alerts, premium alerts, etc. But then you have some starting point, and then you can actually compare it after 1 year, how much your business is doing and how much of the growth was basically our software. So yeah, that's basically what we say when we convert a lot of yearlies, because we have a lot of yearlies. A lot of people sign up for a year because they don't really want a lot of monthly costs, because they are kind of annoying to them. They love to pay it off for 1 year, and then they track the cost at the end of the year and say, okay, did it really bring me something or not? But obviously you can do that after 1 or 2 months using the software.
Yeah, we just bought a year straight away. We tested this out for 28 days, and I made the decision in my business, and it wasn't an easy decision because, most of you guys know what I was using before. I was using Actoria. We've been using it for about 4 years, and happy, right? Pretty content. But trying this out, and after the trial, I made the decision, and it was a tough decision, guys, because when you've been making good money in your business with a product, it's not easy to change. But I just saw the potential of this, and then when you brought in the deal watch, I was like, that's it. That's what we're all in for 2026. And you know, and I just can't wait to see what else you're going to bring out, because it's yeah, if you've done this already, like things are moving so fast that 2026 is going to be pretty insane, and I'm glad I'm along for the ride, to be honest.
Exactly.
Thank you very much, Ricky.
Yeah. Any other questions, guys? And we'll wrap up.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Noel.
Thank you, Noel. Also super happy that we convinced you. I know you were skeptical at the start, and always happy to convince people. And yeah, it's really about making people.
You're messaging me almost every day. Yesterday, what did you spend? About £1,500 now in EU A2A stuff from Profit Bar.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So and it's just beginning, 2 weeks in. Like, you're just going to get better and better, because once you start refining your alerts as well, right? Your bots, like, you're going to knock out all the products you don't want to see. You're never going to see them again, and it just gets better and better and better, more condensed of good products that you want. So yeah,
You need to find your own flow, your own source. It's like with everything in life. Obviously, if you start something, then your skill level might be low, but then if you do it repetitive every single day, training the software, training what kind of brands are working, also like for Deal Watch, what kind of setup is working, which shops are working, and you get more and more success. That's basically what works for our users, just basically consistency. And then also like get like a daily workflow in to use the software. Not just use the software 1 hour a week, use it like really, really consistently and build it as a habit, you know?
yeah,
100%.
exactly. Yeah, so yeah, definitely. Any other questions there, guys? Callum saying it's been a tough 4 or 5 weeks sourcing, so this may have to come out at the right time. Yeah, try it out, Callum. 28 days, mate. It just, you know, it makes total sense. And we'll have to have you guys back. I think this has been an amazing session, I'll be honest.
Thank you so much.
Who would like to get Leon and Luca back on another session? Like, I don't know, something. Get you back in.
Thank you, guys. And thank you that so many people
out there as well, right? There's probably be some new stuff as well. So,
yeah, there will be a lot of new stuff. So you always have to think about Profit Path is definitely an investment in the future, because we also made it. We have a team of now 9 people that are working 24/7 on Profit Path. So we are committed to obviously stay on top, but we are always building more and more and more really, really good stuff. So everything we will bring out will be like good and tested and a game changer for you guys. Yeah, that's the thing I can not stress enough. And super happy that so many of your people stood until the end. Obviously, English is not my native language, so obviously kind of nervous, sometimes skipping stuff here and there, but super happy that you guys got value out of it. So that's the biggest thing for me.
Yeah. Today is the day. Yeah, Steve's been with you guys for a while, right? He's been with you like 6 months.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
You're the GOAT.
Nice. I like it. Yeah, good. Danke. Yeah, Scott's actually in Germany, guys. Yeah. Yeah. So awesome. That was brilliant. Thanks, guys. So yeah, we'll get you out. We'll get you out a copy as soon as we get the copy ready. And obviously, make sure you jump on the trial, guys. 28%, 28 days, 10% off your first month. You really got nothing to lose there. And for you newer people, just jump on Profit Go. Honestly, like, just compare it to what you're using SaaS. I can just say it's just better. Honestly, for UK and Europe, it's just better. So yeah, that's it. So appreciate you guys. Thanks, Luca.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Any
and
questions?
yes, Profit Go is included.
Navigators, we'll get them all answered for you. I'll speak to you later.
See ya.
Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.
See ya. Bye-bye.
Awesome.
Bye.
Good session. Cheers, Luca. Thanks. Yeah, thank you, everybody. hope you got some value out of that and see the potential.
Yeah, I did, mate. Thanks for that. That's very good, I suppose, because I'm going to sign up now, I think.
Yeah.
See what it goes with.
Yeah, it makes sense, mate. I mean, like, honestly, my team are loving it, and like, I feel like literally we're only using about, like, I don't know, I feel like we're using about 30%, 40% of what it can do, and we're just adding new things every single day. Like we smashed January's numbers. I mean, the team are doing great, but like with this, we smashed January's numbers, and I'm just looking forward to the rest of this year, like properly refining these alerts. It's your own bots, guys. Like, this is the crazy thing. Listen, look at the smile on my face. You get your own bots working for you 24/7. Like, I get up in the morning and I just go through, like, you know, my list. We've all got our own lists. You can have 10 A2A alerts, right? 10 different A2A alerts on one account. And then you've got all these different deal watch ones as well. It's just, yeah. But for me, it's just freaking crazy. This is what I was dreaming of last year. No joke. And yeah, this year's about getting stuck in and really, really utilising it. And
it makes sense. I mean, if I look at the year one, I was going to go, oh, monthly ones to pay out for the first 2 months or 3 months.
Yeah.
If I scrapped SAS and if I scrap the other one, the Arbitrage one, that's half anyway. So it's just actually another half on top of that. If not look at that way, rather than
yeah, because SAS we had to have 2 accounts on SAS because there was so many of us. So, you know, that's $500 a year or euros a year that we took off, and that's included in Profit Path. Profit Go is included in Profit Path, and so we're paying less now for this bit of software for a year than we were paying for Actorio, and Actorio only done half of the things, and they never updated it.
No.
So, and now Actorio are like slating these guys because they can't catch up. Like these guys have taken most of Actorio's users already, and Actorio are just like screaming. They're trying to copy them. They're just trying to copy them now. But that's the thing. These guys are innovating so much, properly innovating. So yeah, it's going to be hard to catch them.
Absolutely.
But right, guys, I'm going to jump off. So appreciate you all. Thanks very much.
Take care.
Thanks, Ricky. Cheers.
Bye-bye.
I'll catch up with you soon. Take it easy, guys. All the best.
See you later. Cheers, Bob. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
So what did you think of that? If you stuck all the way to the end here, well done. You're serious about changing things in your Amazon business. Make sure you check out that link down below because you get that 28-day free trial instead of the usual 14. Leave some comments down below. Have you used Profit Path before? Did you use it a while ago? Because they've really changed things lately, and this really levels the game up for us. It makes things so much more accessible and easier for us. Saves us a ton of time in our Amazon business. So make sure you check out the link in the profile, and I'll see you in the next video.